Hey friends, hey! Welcome back to another video. Today is number 17 and this one is like a ode to my childhood and my younger self. So yeah, let's get into it. So number 17, read more books. And the reason why I said that it's an ode to like my childhood is because I was a bookworm. I loved reading when I was younger, to the point where till this day, there has to be at least 30 to 40 books at my mom's house. She keeps telling me to come get them, but I'm not going to get them. She's stuck with them books because I ain't got nowhere to put them at my house. So you gotta keep them home, girl. But I remember that I was one of those kids that never had to be forced to read. You know how like some parents or whatever, they say it like as a punishment. I'm like, let's go to the library. My library card was cashing out, you know? And I just enjoyed just reading. And that's probably why, if you know me, you know that I know so many random facts. And I think part of it is because I love to read so much, and I would read about anything. But like my, things that I loved reading about were pseudo fiction books, where it was like, obviously they were fiction, but they like presented as if they were like nonfiction, right? They like presented in real worlds and they were very like realistic. I love those books, right? Something that told a story, something that had a timeline, something that, gave you a climax. And I just love reading those kinds of books, right? I was never like a sci-fi person or anything like that, but I just loved reading something that just had a good storyline. And I feel like, of course, with adulthood and everything like that, and life and school and growing up and work, like you don't just have the same amount of time to just read. But I want to go back. I want to go back to that and just reading for leisure. Like I am like creating, a small library of books that I have at the house. And, I read, a couple pages or a chapter every so often, but I want to make it to be part of my self-care, where it's just like, I'm just, snuggled up on the couch with a blanket and some tea, and I'm just reading. Like actually right now I'm reading Gabrielle Union's Not Anything Stronger, and I love this book because one is funny. Like it sounds like she's your homegirl sitting with you on the couch and her telling her your life story, right? And she like writes the way I feel like she talks, and I mean you won't get that unless you read it. Like it sounds like she's just talking to you, and it's like you get to know her a little bit more, and I'm excited about like delving into that. The next book that I'll be reading is by Sarah Jake Roberts, Women Evolve, and it's just really about like women, breaking out of their fear and like revolutionizing themselves. And I'm excited to that because I want to get into like empowerment books, even though I don't know if they will do anything for me, but I at least want to, like kind of step into what like, empowerment books are like, and like what, gems and, things that they give. Actually, some of my favorite books where I love the way that Zora Neale Hurston wrote. I loved reading through her books. Like I remember how much I was invested in reading Their Eyes Were Watching God. And I also remember reading the series Chicken Soup for the Soul, and they had like different iterations of it. And like those were just books that I just enjoyed reading because I just felt like I got so much from it and I got invested into the story. So yeah, like I definitely want to get back to, again, reading books that I just connect with. Right? And I think, of course, as I get older, that genre is probably going to shift. And I do want to get back to reading more books by Black women. I think that's definitely a goal of mine, that I start reading literature that is by Black women. But yeah, definitely these will be things that I will be exploring and wanting to do more of intentionally in my 30s. Number 17, read more books. And I want to be intentional by that and really like read books by women of color and experience explore that more and really like just expand my current library because it's so tiny. And be able to have them and also like share my books. I've always been like a sharer where if somebody was interested in reading it and like allowing them the opportunity to, you know, like read and indulge in the book as well. So yeah, I think definitely one of the Haitian women authors I'm excited to pick up a book of hers is Edwidge Danticat. And I'm really excited because I know that I started reading My Brother's Keeper a minute ago. And I lost the book probably, I think I was traveling with the book. I think I left it at the hotel and so I never got to finish it. So that's definitely a book that I want to like get back into and actually complete it because I hated starting a book and not knowing how it finished. So definitely, I think that's going to be my next buy. So yeah, I think this is something, again, it's like an ode to like my childhood and being like a reader and being a bookworm that I am excited to get back into. So thank you for coming back to another video. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And tell me, actually recommend some books to me. Now that I'm kind of building my library again, recommend some books down below of books that needs to be on my reading list. I will be taking suggestions and I will be checking out those books. So please do so. And thank you for coming back. And until next time, see you in another video.